After over 50 years of civil war, the Colombian government and the FARC guerrillas are closer than ever to signing a final peace deal. But some people in the country support the peace process more than others, mainly the country's black and indigenous populations, those who have been the most affected by the decades of fighting.
La guerra, más de 60 años en guerra, nosotros lo único que sabemos es de violencia. Y ya es hora de que nuestras nuevas generaciones sepan de paz, de vivir tranquilos, de no tener miedo.
The violence has been particularly strong on the Pacific coast, where Afro-Colombians have been systematically displaced or killed through the ongoing violence. This includes not only fighting between the government and the FARC, but also paramilitary groups, narco-traffickers, and local gangs. The town of Puerto Tejada, like most other towns that surround the city of Cali, have long been in the middle of this fighting.
Mire, por decirle algo, en el tema de los actores armados en Puerto Tejada, los paracos ingresaron aquí en enero del 2002. Y de enero del 2002 a junio del 2006 asesinaron en Puerto Tejada un promedio de 1.112 jóvenes. Eso es un genocidio.
Vinieron paramilitares aquí a nuestro municipio y armaron a los niños y les prometieron dinero fácil. Y los muchachos empezaron a matarse entre ellos y a matar a cualquier persona que el paramilitar le dijera dale a eso.
But in addition to this violence, residents of Puerto Tejido, which is 98% Afro-Colombian, are also fighting a second battle against immense poverty and lack of state resources. Social inequality has long been an issue in Colombia, which is one of the most unequal countries in the world, according to the World Bank. Afro-Colombian communities have poverty rates of over 50%, even though the national average is 8.1%, according to the UN numbers. These communities have also limited or no access to schools and hospitals.
Entonces, nos han dejado el conflicto y vemos que estamos solos, porque no hay inversión. No hay inversión.
In Puerto Tejada, this problem was amplified after large agribusiness converted thousands of acres of surrounding land into sugarcane fields, which has largely killed the once rich soil. Local factories have also contributed to polluting and depleting the local river, the town's main source of water and fishing.
El río estaba hasta arriba y pues a medida de que se empezó la contaminación y la sequía, entonces se empezó a poblar eso de maleza y ya quedó aquí seco el río. Pero en realidad la afluencia de este río era grandísima, o sea, este río cubría prácticamente todo esto. Un caño. Desafortunadamente ya está un caño.
Ya la gente nuestra que pescaba en este río ya no pesca y de ahí mucha gente se alimentaba. Entonces, ¿qué genera eso? Más hambre, más injusticia, más violencia y también genera desplazamiento.
But people in this region are also some of the biggest advocates for the peace process. A final peace deal could reduce the violence in the region, but it could also force the government to invest in rural development projects and alleviate poverty in the countryside. This was the first point that the two sides agreed to in the peace negotiations, which started over 4 years ago.
Entonces, como viene el proceso de paz, que lo tenemos encima, tenemos que saber qué es lo que viene debajo del proceso de paz y qué va a pasar con nuestras comunidades.
Several communities have recently been organizing and preparing how to make sure the government stays true to its commitments. Just north of Puerto Tejada, Afro-Colombian women from all over the region meet twice a month to learn about human rights and the details of the peace process. They also learn how to be more politically active in a system that they say has historically ignored them.
Y como negritudes nos han tenido todavía con el estigma de la esclavitud y nosotros ahora estamos en este diplomado de derechos humanos porque queremos levantarnos, porque queremos conocer nuestros derechos y hacerlos valer.
The classes have been organized by Dr. Javier Fayad, a human rights professor at the Universidad de Val in Cali. The classes started after the government and the FARC guerrillas agreed in June to a bilateral ceasefire, which many have called the beginning of the end of the war. The ceasefire will be implemented after a final peace deal is signed, and Colombians decide to accept it through a national vote. both of which are expected to happen in the next months. The move could finally bring the country one step closer to peace, which many generations of Colombians have never known.